Everyman Driver Nation, what's going on? Look at this, all this snow here in Spokane. I'm loving it because this week I have a 2017 Genesis G80 all-wheel drive mid-size luxury sedan. Yes, it looks familiar because it is the luxury division of Hyundai. And I went to the car wash today because I wanted to clean it up for you, but the car wash was closed. No one wants to get their car washed on a snowy day. So we're gonna live with it, we're gonna deal with it, we're gonna adapt, we're gonna overcome, and we're gonna do a car review for you today. So let's get started. I am so bummed out that we've got all this snow and I can't go outside and show you some more cool stuff or get some good video footage of the vehicle. So I'm going to talk about the engine next as we do a little driving out here in the snow, which I'm so happy we have the all-wheel drive option. It's been very helpful for me this last week. The only downside for you and for me as a journalist is I haven't been able to get a real good miles per gallon average number. I do have some numbers for you, which I'll talk about as we get going. So with this, talk about the engine performance, some of the cabin features, then we'll go along with the rest of the review. So let's do this. I'll have to come back here after I'm done with my driving to show you a few more things. So here we go. I don't have another camera outside because if I did, it would get all wet and I couldn't show it because the footage would be terrible. Sorry about that. So there are two engine options on this luxury sedan. Oh, by the way, if you hit the brakes real hard, this will cinch up on you and tighten up the seatbelt wheel. All right, two engine options. 3.8 liter V6, which we have. There's also a 5 liter V8. We've got rear wheel and all-wheel drive, but the 5 liter only has rear wheel drive. Got it? Okay. So we're looking at 311 horsepower in our vehicle, 293 pound-feet of torque. Now you go with that 5 liter, boy, watch out. Looking at 420 horses, 383 pound-feet of torque. Both engines mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission, and I find this to be a very smooth driving machine. The acceleration, I mean, almost 300 pound-feet of torque. And I've had some dry road sections earlier in the week and I gave a little bit of a gas and boom, it takes off. Great acceleration power on the highway because I did do some highway driving this week too. Not super fast, but I was able to do some highway driving and it really has some nice pickup power from, let's say, going to an on-ramp and then boom, accelerating up to speed. 3 driving modes, all down here by the shift lever. There's Eco, Comfort, and Normal, and I haven't really driven in anything but Normal this week. I did put it in Sport just to hear the rev, so I know how that works. But I'm sorry guys, I just can't give you enough with this weather in our forecast. We've had snow, freezing, melting, snow again. Fuel economy, 16 city, 25 highway. I've been averaging 16 in my week of driving just because I haven't had a chance to really do some long driving and some normal city, you know, stop and go. It's all been snowy stop and go. So unfortunately, I haven't been able to do that for you. 18-inch alloy all-season tires is what we're rolling on here too. Now, one of the things I really like about the interior is, well, this upgraded, we have an ultimate and a premium package on our vehicle, is this 9.2-inch infotainment screen. Normally comes with a 7-inch screen, but we got 9.2, so this is massive, it's nice. Has the Android Auto with our upgraded package and Apple CarPlay as something you can put with it. I always charge my phone and do that because here in the steering wheel, we've got the Bluetooth technology, so hands-free driving, cruise control, blind spot monitoring. There's good sensors when you're backing up. There is something here with the backup camera. It's very limited. There's 2 views. One's a normal view, and then you can do a top view, and all it does is kind of angle down, looking directly below you. So there's not the 360. I'd like to have a 360 view so you can see, you know, with cameras below the side mirrors, so you can get that full view when you're parked and you're coming out of a tight parking spot, because it's a good sized vehicle. I know it's not the flagship sedan like the G90 is, but it's still a good sized vehicle. I know it's mid-size, but it'd be nice to have some more camera angles around the car. We do have a heads-up display in our vehicle. What I like about the heads-up display, it doesn't protrude, doesn't pop up like a little plastic screen and reflect onto the window. It just flashes up on the window. And I've got the speed limit sign. You can also have like a blind spot warning. It'll flash up there, so instead of having to look maybe over into the side mirror, where some vehicles have that, will flash up there, you can see it up in the heads-up display. Here in the instrument cluster, we have the 4.3-inch display in the middle with all the information, 2 huge dials on either side, so that's very Hyundai-like. Hyundai had a Genesis a couple years ago, and then they created this luxury division. That's why we're seeing this now as its own standalone brand. Talk about the rivals, its competition. Stiff competition. Biggest selling point will be the price point of this one. Competition, we're looking at BMW 5 Series, Audi A6, Mercedes-Benz E-Class, Cadillac CTS, Lexus GS 350. So those are the vehicles. You put that in line against what used to be a Hyundai, you're going, there's no way it can compete. But I think with a few more years under its belt, it will be up there in competition with the vehicles I just mentioned. It's going to take some time for people to get used to the brand, and for Hyundai / Genesis to add some more luxury features to make it more competitive. And I'll talk about that throughout this video of some things that I think it's missing in the back seat and some other elements. Okay, so I think that's all I want to mention right now while I'm driving. Yeah, okay, let's go ahead and talk about some other parts of the car, going with the back seat. Here's a look at your back seat legroom and headroom. Just kicking off the snow. And mid-size luxury sedan. I've had the G90, and there's tons of room. Tons of room here too. Here's my driving position up front. Lots of room between my knees and the back of the seat. I'm 5'11", so put that in perspective for you. Headroom, even good back behind this massive panoramic sliding tilt sunroof, moonroof. So there's a bit of an indent right here. Now, not all vehicles have this glass moonroof. It's an upgrade package. I'll talk about the price point on that a little bit later. So this creates that illusion of space. I love it. And it does slide back. It slides back just for the 2 passengers for open airness, but this stays closed on this side right here. I like it. I think it's great. You've got 4 O-blank handles all the way around. Fold down armrest right here. I can open it up, and because we have additional packages, the premium and ultimate, we've got heated seats as an option, which is pretty cool. Also a button right here for a sunshade that slides up for behind us. Now there's also a pass-through right here, so if you have some longer items, I'll make a mention of that when I do the cargo volume demo. Space is good. One thing I think is missing for a luxury vehicle, which is I'm not saying major oversight, but it's something they should really think about in the future, is having USB ports for the back passengers. Sure, we have a sunscreen right here, which is nice, of course. The heated seats in the back, which you kind of have for a luxury vehicle, but nothing to charge your smart devices. So that would be something to include in the future. Otherwise, it's great for 5 passengers, although this middle section here, a little bit high up, and there's this little divider in the center that kind of limits where you can put your feet. So the person in the middle is going to have to straddle that. But you can see how easy it is to slide all the way across for passenger room in the back. Okay, that's my demo for back seat legroom and headroom. Let's take a look at this cool cargo room area. Now there are a couple of ways you can open the lift gate of the Genesis G80. There is a button just left of the steering wheel. There's one here on this beautiful key fob. I'm gonna put it in my pocket though, because there's also 2 more options. You can press a button just underneath where the Genesis logo is to the right of the backup camera, but there's also a hands-free smart liftgate option. So the key fob is on my person in my pocket. So it's like a proximity key. I get real close to it, it will start to flash and then open up for us. So if you do that now, wait a minute, I think I have to have it locked first. Now it's locked. Now that it's in my pocket, and I'm behind it. One more time. Let's try this again. Here we go. The car is parked. Car's parked. His car's locked. Let's walk up to it. Come on, do it now. There it is. Oh my gosh, the snow is killing me. There we go. Isn't that pretty nice? So in a time like this, so you out in the grocery store, your keys in your pocket, you roll up with your cart, it's snowing, it's like, where's my key? Well, it'll open up for you. I just happen to have my light kit back here. We're looking at 15, I'm gonna sit right here, 15.3 cubic feet of cargo volume back here. Seems like a decent amount of space. Downside though, there's a pass-through, but the seats don't fold. There's no 60-40, there's no 50-50, so I can't fold those seats down, and so I'm kind of limited on my cargo capability. I think that's something they can improve on in the future. So we do have a spare tire and jack kit down here underneath. So there you go. That's what we're looking at. Let's close it up. Push button right there. It's all powered. Close it up and I will move on. So the MSRP on our vehicle this week is just under $44,000, but we have a premium and an ultimate package added onto it for an extra $9 grand combined. That gets you the sunroof. There's also the bigger infotainment screen, heads-up display, a bunch of stuff. So right here, all said and done, still under $54,000. Compared to its competition, price is the biggest selling point and some pretty decent luxury features. Come on. I think Hyundai's moving in the right direction by having a luxury division, and the Genesis G80 just below the G90 is a good start for some of us Everyman drivers out there. That's all I got for this week. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for subscribing. We'll see you later. Adios. Hey guys, it's Dave. I just want to say thanks once again for supporting Everyman driver and watching my videos. Can you do me a small favor? The next time you're in the market for a new or used car and want to schedule a test drive, or just want to get a really great price quote from a dealership of your choice in your zip code, click on the link below and fill out a short form. It's car.show/Everyman driver. Now every time you do a search, I get a very small commission. Now it's totally free to you and there's no obligation whatsoever to buy or lease anything. It's just a quick and easy way for you to help support my work and keep this channel going. There's also a free phone number, 844-765-0610, and you can talk to a car segment specialist for car shopping advice and direction. That call is also free to you. The link again, car.show/Everyman driver. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks again.